Hello, welcome back. Last time I shattered the brick wall that was in my way and ended up in an entirely new world. A strange and mysterious place. So before I mess with depths or whatever that was, well, okay, I'm stuck in here. I want to go back to map and look at something. I got a question that I found kind of interesting. So my cursor is over here on depths, by the way. There we go. Since that's at an edge, I can insert it onto Baba. If I go over to this place where there was an orb, a very good question is, what shows up here? Nothing. So rules are invisible when text is hidden. Okay, good to know. Yeah, so that's not a place where I can inspect such a thing. Alright, so I want to go back to depths, like this. I created a skull there, which should... Oh, hang on. You know what? Since it'll be quick. I want... Now that I have an orb... No, it won't be quick. I was going to say I want to redo the final level and see if the one orb I have changes the ending, but you know what? No. Alright, so I'm a skull now. Skull not facing Baba is you. So if I do... Whoa, cursor's moving around. So now there's nobody but cursor. So if I look at a Baba, then that's the end of me. But I still have a cursor, so I don't, like, die or anything. So that's a place to get stuck. It's got, like, the stare of death. Although it's not even just, like, the sight of Baba up close is so horrifying to the skull that it just gets petrified. I can carry you around, cursor, yes, if I do this. Anywhere you want to be carried. Maybe to that O2. Well, now you're stuck. Let's sink that water in the rock. That could have been true, but water was the one that was sink. Okay, I sank the rock in the water. Exercise hall. Right, that's 2. Did I do 1? 2, 4, blank, blank. This was 1, right? Cleaning service, probably. At one point it was. Exercise hall. Okay, so, is there a level keyword? That's the first thing I want to know. I don't see one. Water... Okay, so, who am I? I'm this Baba. Kiki will start moving... Oh, there is a level keyword. Level is right. Ah! Well, that's just silly. Okay, yep, so controls still go, I mean... So, you know, this is right. This is right, that's still right. That's left, that's up, that's down. Okay, so that's just a mild inconvenience. Let's read things first before I turn that so that I don't have to, like, turn my head annoyingly. Box is empty will mean level is up, so then when I push this over, I get comfortable for a moment. Gonna have to let the level become left. Okay, so water needs to be empty, then I take that empty down here to make love is empty, then flag is win, then touch the flag. Okay, so this is not a complicated puzzle. It's just Kiki messes with me for a bit. Oh... So down is the default orientation, never mind. Okay, so now just reverse controls. Alright, that's no real problem. So water's gone. I can adjust just fine to this. Moving a little slower because, you know, it does take a little bit more. You know, I can just rotate my controller. There we go. That makes it nice and easy. Okay, controller rotated. Flag is win. Okay, sure. Well, that was just silly. I saw the rotation transition as I went out of that level. Okay, right, so I don't have a friendly skull to pick me up. I mean, it's over there. I can get it back if I needed to. There. See, I can be picked up by the skull. No, I can't still. Crushers. I feel like I'm kind of stuck here then if the skull can't pick me up that way. I might have a problem once I'm done with this. Well, no, it could just push the water in the, again, push the water into the boulder and pick me up from the right. That'd be fine. Wall is stop. Flank is win. Kiki is you. Right. Playing is this one this time. Skull is defeat. Skull facing Kiki is move. So you're gonna pounce on me when I get in here. Belt is shift. Is push. So that guy's in the way, so I can't extract this. Yeah, it doesn't let me. Okay. So looks as though I need belt as push, but also looks as though I can't have it because, ooh, you pounced too. So hang on, I can't get this push out of here. Right? It looks that way to me. But this belt can't move south because skulls are in the way, so it looks a lot like I can't do anything. So obviously that can't be true. Well, I can do this. That's a good start. Okay, let's do this then. I have no reason to make belt as push now because there aren't any more belts. I can remake belt as shift. This is one of those situations. I see that weak. I don't want to make level as weak, so I probably want to push this here, then find a way to walk north with these guys there? How would that happen? Well, if belt were push, and then I would... Well, no. I have some curiosity. What would happen if I did this? So... I guess that has its orientation. I can't tell... Yeah, no, I can tell on this one. This does face north when I do that. Because that text was last pushed north, so I know its orientation that way. Doesn't feel like what I want, though. What am I trying to do? Flag is win. Oh, never mind. I can just win this, but there's a level keyword, so obviously I'm trying to do something a bit more than that. So yeah, if I wanted the skull to pick me up, I could just do this. Okay. Good to know. So, Oh. 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 Okay. I see what I'm trying to do. Alright. So I get some choices about how to do this, but I don't think I get a choice about whether to do that. Could I... No, I was thinking something like I would break this, then get in there, then push that weak oh, right. I also get pounced on in that direction. Of course I do. It's no different from going the other way. So I want to make level as text, obviously. Skull facing Kiki is move. Okay, right. For a second I was just looking at Kiki is move and it's like, no he's not. That was what I just experienced. Okay, so I need to get... What do I need? Well, now, hang on. So if I can face you north by doing this. Hold up. I would want that first. Then this, and then... how was it? This? So you're up there now, and I can get as far north as this, but that doesn't feel like it helps me. What do I want to do here? It's unclear to me. Text is push does nothing useful. Text is weak. I don't have a place to squish this, so I can't get rid of it. I can... Okay, so I do have access to an is if I want it. So I can certainly make. Text is weak. Oh. And the skull crushes it. So without making belt as text, I could make text as shift and move that belt around. I mean, I'll try it, see what it does. Maybe something good, who knows? That pushed you up there, which might be bad for me. I might have wanted to move this into this corner first. Maybe. I don't know yet, though. So with text being shift, right, so that lets me move the belt around with some text. Kinda. Doesn't let me actually go much further than that, though. I can remake belt as shift, though, because of the position where I did that. If I... Well, I put the push in a bad place for that. And it's not like that would have helped me anyway. What's with this construction here? I don't feel like I've really interacted with that in any way that was particularly meaningful. What was I doing there? I was like dancing around. Let's do this a whole bunch before we start the level. Okay. So, if I had a push, what could I do with it? I could make belt as push. Why would I care? Can't get access to the skulls to make them push or anything. And even if I could, it wouldn't help. So, I mean, ultimately, I'm trying to push this weak up here. So that's going to mean passing through there. It feels like it's significant that I can break this rule, but it feels like by the time I have access to that portion, I won't care anymore. It's not like I can get a belt in here ahead of the weak and shove it in there, and even if I could, well, I mean, it'd still fit. Certainly don't have enough text here to, like, just shove this all the way through there. In fact, I have almost none. So what's up with that push? It probably means something. This one is tricky. A memory is coming back to me. You remember that level that I got stuck on for a while? That was very confusing, but eventually I figured out that two objects that are shift that are on top of each other will just autonomously move? What if I had text is shift and belt is shift somehow, and I put a belt with a text on it here facing north, and I put that weak there? That thing would just push it out of the way. Now I'd still have to be able to get my text back. Can I overlap things? Not easily. See, then I just don't even have a belt. But if I had a text on that belt... and only text were shift then that's just as good. Okay. Then I don't have to phrase both belt and text as shift at the same time. Okay, so this is some advanced stuff. That's fine. Then the question is just how do I do those things? So I probably just... yeah, I probably want this over here. Yeah, make it a double belt. Well, no, I'm not getting that down off there. No, it's going to be is belt. So my is belt is going to help me out with this. You just go away. You don't go there yet. You go here. You do that. That's not what I want. I need to make belt as text first. Okay. Just go via that. Still weird about this. Hold on. No, that gives me an is shortage. So no, I need to use this is somehow. Which means I need to do this differently. Okay, so this is tricky. If you couldn't tell. But if I'm doing that... there might still be a way to do this. There might be. If I do this, then shove that up there. Yeah, no, that's fine. Oops. Then I do that. Oh, hang on. Before you do that, set it up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So cool. I cleared the weak out of there. And I got rid of that. But skull is still defeat? And this text is trapped here. So, not quite as good as it needed to be. Could I have brought the skull along with me somehow? That loses the shifting property of that. So what I need is my text back. That skull's just in the way. I feel like I'm not doing this right. Well, why do you feel like that? Could it be because you haven't solved the level yet? That's a pretty good reason. Yeah, I don't have access to any of my text anymore. So this is kind of close, but it's not there. What if... Could I have... I could push you ahead of me. Get this in position. And just do this a little bit differently. I want to, like, catch my stuff. But no, that's not... No, that the text has to be on the bottom there. All I've done is made sure that this will clog itself up. Not what I want. Can make level as belts. Oh. Well, that's a belt now. Is belt anything out here? No. Nope. Okay, so that's not it. This is quite tricky. Alright, so I need to do all that, but be able to get my text back. And yeah, I do have the secondary hazard of making belt is shift. Okay, so if I were to discard that belt word right over there, because you getting in my way, then I can have things in this row, which might be better. So in any case, I need to do that. Need to make... But I need to make belt as text right now. If I could get another one of these is's, it would help. But it seems like I can't. I just get the one. Like, I don't get this is and I don't get this push. They're not accessible to me. Because yeah, if I do this... Well, if I do this... Well, if I do this, there we go. Then many things are wrong. One of them being that I've just trapped this against this wall. Other one being that this is trapped here. What if I did that farther to the right? So instead of pushing left, I push right. That shift isn't going to move left. Does it need to? Maybe it doesn't. So you are out of the way. I need belt as text. But if I shove that shift up there, then I can't do what I want anymore. Well, but what if... So again, what if I stick you here, but do put you over there? What problem do I run into then? Again, the problem... Okay, so... If I put this word here, then in order to phrase belt as text, I get an is stuck there. If I put this word here, I can phrase belt as text, but then you're gonna follow up that column and cause me problems because I can only have the weak and the is belt up here. I can't have a third thing. I can shove it over there and make level as belt. I've already done that and it didn't help me. You just become another sort of weak, another failure condition to get paired with that. Now... No. If I put the belt here, what does that imply? It implies that shift would have to go up there for me to use this is for that text to do that. Well, no, that's not even the problem. Well, it is. It is. Right, so it implies that if you want to make belt as text, then you need an is here. For it to be that is, I'd have to push the shift up there. These two are stuck in place, so I can only make belt as shift, not text as shift anymore. If I made it one of the other is's, that almost has some potential, but now I don't have an extra is to go underneath, on top of this as it transmutes. So that's what that problem is. It's a classic is shortage. So all three of these positions seem to have problems. Which one has problems that are solvable? This is still weird to me. Like this whole thing. There might be another way to overlap text, but this is the only one that I've seen so far. So that way feels like it has the most promise because I still have some options. Now, didn't I do a thing where at one point, I had these things shoved up here with the is-belt right here, and I was able to get in here and shove that down without making level is-belt. I just had my things jammed up down here, so whatever I did when that happened seemed like the way to go. Am I doing the right steps here? Maybe. But it just seems like you're in the way. Yeah, you're most certainly in the way. Yeah, so I don't know how I did what I did there. That carries the skull along with it, sure, but I still have a belt there that's going to end up there. How did I do that? I wish I knew. I mean, it could only have been one of these three positions. Those are the only places where this can end up. Although... Or was... Oh, hang on. No, there are other possibilities here. Because I don't have to push the belt up first. I could put... Yeah, okay, so this is different. I want to make belt as text, right? I believe so. Yeah, okay, so I think this is how I do this. Okay, this makes sense. So here's your belt as text. No, not yet. When you're ready. I'm not. So then I push the text up. I put the belt up. Yeah, so then the problem becomes that my text here is stuck. So I can't make level as text after that. That carried the skull with it. So you know that's better than I had before. It's closer. So now I can come down this hallway if I want, but I still can't get at that. It's closer. The skull came along. So I would need somehow for... all of that to happen differently. Okay, so for that to work, the shift would need to be... See, now I see what the contradiction is going to be here. The shift would need to be here because I would want text there because I want to push it south, but this won't work. This won't work because of something. Oh, I'm not as certain anymore. No. This does something. So then the problem becomes that the skull stays behind. Okay, so this is what I did before. I did it in this order. The skull went up there, and then just sits there looking at me. Yeah, okay, so this is what I did before. You can shift it one more. It doesn't help. You can do this. It doesn't help. I can go here. It doesn't help because that's in the way. Okay, so I have two ways that don't quite work. So it's either text is shift here or text is shift here. So that way definitely gets it stuck. I know that for sure. This way I just have a skull in my way, which is a little bit more permeable than a wall, you know. Now... that's not what I want. Probably, yeah, certainly. Yeah, no, this is just does that again. Okay. And I can't race it up there. It makes it way before I do. Even if I could, it wouldn't do me any good. So I need this skull to move. Need you to get out of there before I do the rest of this. What can I do to make that happen? Like if I could have a left-facing text on it or a right-facing text, but there's no way that would happen because then I'd have to be in the skull row pushing stuff around, so nope. Downward-facing could go somewhere, but the only way that would happen is if I push this too far to the right to get it back. Are there any properties of shift that I'm forgetting that are important? No, this all seems... I can shove you up there. It's not helpful. That dude just moves around there. Wait a second. Now hold up. One idea is occurring to me. Okay, is there some way that I could, if I could face this upwards? Yeah, okay, so what if... no, that has to move. Trying to get that to shift me up across the skull. I don't think that would happen, though. Here, I can set up some experimentation for this. So I'm going to put you... well, I guess that's the best I can do, but that's good enough. So if you're shifting... that does let me do a double hop. So maybe in front of a skull... Okay. Not that. Not that. Certainly not that. I wonder if I'm completely on the wrong path here. Like this weird exploit. That was something different. It's not better, because the text gets shoved out of there. So yeah, the best way, it seems like, to do that is to put this ahead. New idea. Could I phrase text as shift vertically and have that shove up there somehow? That might not be impossible. It probably is, though. So that would mean that text would go up first, then is, then shift. So first belt gets... Yeah, no, it doesn't work because, well, are you sure? So this is something different. Oh, that's inconvenient. No, that's fine. I can fix it. Belt is text. You look an awful lot like you're in the way. You're gonna be a problem, aren't you? But maybe... No, that's actually perfect, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. This is exactly what I want. Careful with that. It's fine, though. This is silly. I love it. Okay, I think I got it. This will do what I want. You go up there. No, there's a skull there! Skull! Okay, so skull's in my way. Other than that, this was perfect. I may be able to avoid that skull making it up there as far as it does by... Oof, by what? I guess I have to lose that is, which is not okay. Because I need... I can't make this the is that does it, because it'll just keep breaking that rule. However... This is weird. Gonna be real interested to hear whether this is in any way what is intended here. So right, my current problem is that skull is landing right where Baba wants, wants to be. Because of that. Because it's ahead of there. Now, having pushed that way... No, there might be some potential to what I just did, actually. So I can move things a little farther ahead. I do have to prime you immediately. Is this any different from the state how it... No, it's still on top of the text. What if text is shift for a moment without this pusher being in place? So I'm just going to give you a place to run around for a moment. I'm going to catch up to you. I didn't catch up to you. Okay, this is fascinating. Let's just have you, like, do that for a minute. No, there's no way I'm going to catch you the way I need to. Well, but I can break that rule. Don't think this has helped, though, because that skull's still, you know, as it is. This is still going to end up in the same situation. That's what I thought. If I could get the skull on top of the is instead of the text, though... So that would mean, here, you just look over that way. No, that doesn't do it. What shifted that skull in the first place? Can I avoid that first shift? because I spelled text as shift for a moment. Since this has to travel past that. If I could avoid that moment. Could that belt have ended up elsewhere? No, I did need it specifically there, didn't I? I think so. Yeah, belt needed to be specifically there. This is fascinating and tricky. I can't do this. Can't do that, certainly. I still haven't moved that aside, and I don't know how it would help me. So let's look at this again. When I do that, that guy's in my way. If I could have... Let's see, if we hadn't been there, if it were just out of the way for a moment... Well, I pushed the shift. Can't do that. Belt is text. Text is going to be shift. Then all I get is an is, and the week is still as it is. I overlap with that. This might mean something. See, yeah, the whole nice thing about doing what I'm doing here is that text gets up there right in line with where I want to push it to that, and I don't have to go through the skull hallway, but I think I'm just on a degenerate path here that's just not leading where it needs to go. It's like so close though. Like if I could just avoid that one shift of the skull there, or maybe do it more times? Could I do it more times? Well, I've already pushed the week out of there. So it's going to be week, belt, text, is, shift, is belt. The skull I would like to be underneath the belt instead of underneath the text. That would be ideal. I think it would also actually be a problem if it were underneath the is, because as soon as I pushed the text, it would shift right into me, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. What a weird puzzle. This is pretty cool, though. Yeah, so what happens here is that belt faces north, I do this, and it shifts the skull around. No matter how quick I do that. No matter how quick I do that, you say? Could this dude help somehow? I mean, no. No, that'll just do this all prematurely, right? It's under the belt. Is there some potential here? No. What about this? Maybe... Hold on, I have something. I have something, because that skull's not looking at me anymore. No. No, another possibility. What if I don't push the weak that far, and instead I intercept the text as it's going by, and just let weak be like that? So weak text, just shove that over there. That would mean I'd need to be able to intercept. And I think that's unlikely. But there are some other possibilities that might open up, like shoving this extra is that I have in there. Yeah, now hang on, this could go somewhere. Because yeah, I do have an extra is that's not really doing a job, right? Do I? Wait, where? No, I don't really. No, all this text has a job. No, so I'm just going to end up with an is in line with this instead of what I want, right? Yeah, so then you just end up with is. And it's no good. Okay. And skull's still under text. Alright, well I'm close to something. There's something I'm not seeing here. I don't feel stuck exactly, I just... my things aren't leading where I need them to. I could be just totally off in the wilderness, going on some crazy wild goose chase that's not leading to the exit. Because I feel like this is awfully esoteric, the whole thing about how that turns into an independent mover. But it also does feel right. It is also kind of suspicious that I'm not using this is or this push, but it just seems like this is the same sort of thing as like all the stops in A Way Out that you couldn't really use for anything. But it also is weird that I'm not using the possibility of pushing this down, so I think I'm just missing a component of the level. Like I have some weird broken solution that almost works, and maybe with some jank I could get it to work, but I'm probably, you know, off in the weeds somewhere. Alright, so I'll come back another day, having faded, you know, the things that I've set in stone here in my mind. Like, this must be the way to do it. So, you know, I'm not seeing other possible ways to approach this. Alright, yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm sure I'll be able to get this somehow.